From the legendary Jim Norick Arena at State Fair Park in Oklahoma City, this is the Cinch NRHA Non-Pro Futurity Championship Final on Horse of the West. 30 horses have qualified, ridden by 5 former champions of the event. All 3 NRHA $1 Million Plus non-pros are here. Hall of Fame member and $1 Million rider Dr. Jim Morgan, who won the first of his 3 consecutive championships 34 years ago. $1 Million owner and rider Jose Vazquez, who was qualified along with his daughter Mariana.
Getting here in the finals is a blessing, you know. So we hit 4 horses and 3 in the finals. So
Jose's been reserve champion at the Futurity 3 times, but never taken home the title. And there's Hall of Fame member, $1 Million owner, $2 Million rider, and 9-time champion Mandy McCutcheon, who's qualified 2 horses for herself, along with her son Cage 3.
You know, nothing makes me happier than when they do good, so.
But Mandy wouldn't mind beating Cade either. It'll be her last chance. Cade, an NRHA Derby champion and multiple World Equestrian Games medalist, is turning pro.
Feel like going. I mean, I've had fun doing this, and I've been competitive doing this, but I want to step up. I want myself. It'll help me grow, stepping up to the next level.
Youth rider Jacob Zimmerman has qualified along with his sister Taylor in this family sport. Collegiate rider Madison Steed has made the finals on her Tulsa Classic champion Into the Night, and she hopes this will be their night. Former Futurity champion Samantha Smith is back after a 5-year absence from reining, along with Adam Donahue, who's been out of the reining show pen for 13 years.
I mean, I've showed here several times, and tonight was a really special night for us.
We saw Danielle Whitney of Northfield, Massachusetts win all the non-pro levels at the Northeast Breeders' Trust Futurity in Syracuse on this son of NRHA Hall of Fame stallion Gunner, named Absolute Gunner. Here in Oklahoma City, they draw the 13 spot, but that turns out to be a lucky number for Danielle and Absolute Gunner. After having a little steering trouble in the first go, they get it all put together and earn a 2:18.5 in Danielle's premier appearance in the Futurity final.
This would be my first. I made the youth once, but this would be my first.
Pretty cool. That's your first final, and right at the moment you're in the lead. How does that feel?
Crazy.
Sam Flaherty of Springfield, Ohio is following in the footsteps of his illustrious father, Sean, the highest-earning reiner of all time. Sam sneaked into this final through the consolation round after some trouble in the first go. This is also his first trip to the Futurity Non-Pro Final. Sam's riding Hollywood Dirty Secret by NRHA $1 Million sire, Hollywood's Tinseltown.
We've had him his whole life. He's been great for us. He's the best horse I think I might have ever rode.
Sam and Hollywood Dirty Secret earn a 2:20 to take the lead.
How does this feel for you?
It feels good because I think I made my dad proud, and my grandpa was watching. It just really means a lot.
All-time leading non-pro Mandy McCutcheon of Aubrey, Texas has qualified 2 horses for this final, but she got here through the consolation round on this one, Cody Vintage by Electric Code.
Yeah, I don't like to do anything the easy way. I like to go ahead and make things as hard as I can on myself and all of my crew. This year was exceptionally tough in this class. I mean, everybody's riding better, getting better horses, getting better help, I guess. I don't know. Everybody's just stepping up their game.
Mandy takes the lead by half a point with the 2:20.5 on Cody Vintage. She gives her son Cade the credit.
Cade's done all the training on him all year. And he couldn't decide. He was riding 5, and he couldn't decide which one to give me. He said he didn't want to give me any of them, just leave them home. So he said, Mom, no matter which one I give you, you're just going to beat me on them.
Cade has 3 horses qualified for the final. He has a little tough luck on the first 2, but he still has another one to show. Here's Adam Donahue of Marshfield, Missouri on Not Rough Enough out of the first full crop of the NRHA's top-earning stallion of all time, Not Rough at All. Adam also rode in the Adequan North American Affiliate Championship that's going on concurrently here in Oklahoma City and won the Novice Horse Non-Pro 2. He is back in reining after a 13-year break.
So you took some time off for work, and now you got your wife running the business, and you're running circles.
Yes, yeah, that's how it works, I guess, in our house. I have a small trucking company. We run flatbeds to the West Coast, out of the Midwest. Just a small one. Allows me to ride my 4 or 5 horses a day and, do that business from wherever I'm at on the road.
Adam doesn't seem to have lost a thing during his time off from reining. He and Not Rough Enough earn a 218, which will earn them a check in several levels.
What does it mean to you after all these years to come riding down the Gateway of Champions on finals night?
It was a big thrill.
Samantha Smith of Edmond, Oklahoma has also taken a break from reining, but she's back now. This former champion making the Futurity final on a Cremello son of NRHA $1 million sire, Paleface Dunnett, named Never Thought I Would.
I changed his name when I bought him from Craig and Ginger Schmerzel because I never thought I'd buy one this color.
Samantha's been through multiple back and neck surgeries over the last 5 years and is thrilled to be back in the finals.
And I never thought I'd ever have another 3-year-old, and that's another reason why I named him Never Thought I Would. And here I am today, and this horse will be with me forever.
Samantha's going to need a 221 to pass Mandy McCutcheon and Cody Vintage, and she gets it, earning a 222.5 from the judges.
I was telling myself that I am capable and I am confident and I can do it, and I just need to go show the horse I have, and he was ready for me. He was ready.
But there's still a long way to go in this Futurity Non-Pro Championship final. Yet to ride former champion Tish Fapani, Tulsa reigning classic champion Madison Steed, and a pair of big-time non-pros still looking for a first NRHA Futurity Championship, Cade McCutcheon and Kim Muhlstetter.
This is my last thing to fill the bucket list with horses. This is it. It might be the prime time by the time I get there, but we'll get there.
Coverage of the Cinch NRHA Futurity Non-Pro Championship Final is generously sponsored by Cedar Ridge Stallion Station, producing champions from the pasture to the show pen. The Futurity action continues coming up.
The Western horse was a master of a hard world, pitted for centuries against half-wild bovines. Ferocious predators, brutal weather, and the sheer size of the country they had to cover. Their descendants are still nimble, fast, and courageous, with a rock-solid disposition that makes them beloved the world over. In this next half hour, you'll see them in action here on Horse of the West. You're watching Horse of the West on RFD TV, presented by the Oklahoma City Convention and Visitors Bureau.
If you've been waiting for the perfect time to buy Inside Reining Training Secrets DVDs, this is it. While supplies last, order all 9 for just $59.99 with free shipping in the continental U.S. Learn training secrets from Hall of Fame members like Sean Flaherty and Tim McQuay, and nearly all of NRHA's $1 million riders. It's the best deal ever, and only while supplies last. Buy Inside Reining Training Secrets DVDs at InsideReining.com or call 405-399-3122. Welcome back to Horse of the West in the Cinch NRHA Non-Pro Futurity Championship Final from State Fair Park in Oklahoma City. Samantha Smith is our leader on board the Cremello Never Thought I Would. In second is Mandy McCutcheon, and in third, Sam Flaherty on Hollywood Dirty Secret. Non-pros in the National Reining Horse Association can't get paid to train horses, and they have to ride horses they or their families own. But they can win prize money, and Kim Muhlstetter of Scottsdale, Arizona has earned more than $500,000. She's a perennial finalist in all NRHA major events, but she is still looking for her first NRHA Futurity Championship. Kim's qualified 2 horses, including Spook's Diamond Rio by NRHA $1 million sire Spook's Got a Whiz.
Oklahoma City, it's a different feel walking into that Coliseum, especially on finals night. There's the bright lights, and there's something about walking through that tunnel that just gets your nerves going. You try to think it's just another horse show, but there's something about that arena that just gets your heart racing a little bit.
The score to beat is still the 222.5 of Samantha Smith and Never Thought I Would. Kim earned a 218 in the prelim, and she earns a 219 here in the final to slip into fourth place, but she has not given up on this title.
It might be the prime time by the time I get there, but we'll get there.
Jacob Zimmerman of Springfield, Missouri is celebrating his 14th birthday here with his first appearance in the NRHA Futurity Non-Pro Final.
I go to Oklahoma City on your birthday to come down there.
Yeah, it was great getting in the finals, and I didn't even know my birthday was going to be on the finals, but I'm glad I made it with her.
The mare Jacob's riding is out of the first full crop by his family stud, Not Rough at All. Adam Donahue rode a full brother to this mare a little bit earlier to a score of a 218.
The first crop has been super good. There's not a whole ton of them, and they're all doing good so far. So my sister's showing a Not Rough at All too, and we have Kristen Avila too showing one. It's pretty cool.
Jacob's mare slides in behind her brother with a score of 217. You can hear the crowd going wild in the background of that interview with Jacob as Madison Steed, an equestrian rider for Southern Methodist University, builds on her success at the Tulsa Reining Classic, where she was non-pro futurity champ on this horse, into the night by NRHA $2 million sire Gunner's Special Night. Madison, who hails from Marietta, Oklahoma, has a hometown cheering section of friends, family, and teammates, and she fires up the crowd with a big-time run and a score of 222.5 to tie Samantha Smith and Never Thought I Would.
Definitely a once-in-a-lifetime horse, been an outstanding 3-year-old. It's been such a fun journey with him, and it was just to lay down a run like that and to just go have fun and have him be there every step of the way. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Cade McCutcheon of Aubrey, Texas is up now on his last horse, another by Gunner's Special Night. This is Alpha Braveheart. Cade is about to turn pro, so this is going to be his last non-pro futurity final.
I've had fun doing this, and I've been competitive doing this, but I want to step up. I want myself. It'll help me grow, stepping up to the next level.
Cade McCutcheon needs a big 223 to take the lead. Some reiners will tell you they don't pay attention to the score, just work on riding the horse they have, but Cade says he was trying to do both.
I was aiming for the score. I'm always aiming for the score. Doesn't matter.
There's that myth that people have about just riding the horse you have.
I was gonna ride the horse I had, and I thought he was enough, and I still think he's enough. I just didn't get him shown good enough.
The score for Cade and Alpha Braveheart is a 218.5. Now here's Tish Fapani, two-time champion of this event. She's riding Ice Cube by SG Frozen Enterprise out of NRHA Futurity champion Tari's Designer Jeans. Tish has the skill, the moxie, and the mount to challenge for the lead. She and Ice Cube laid down a precision run, gathering points one by one, trying to break through that tie at 222.5. All Tish needs is a half a point more, but the score from the judges is another 222.5. We're now in a three-way tie for first between Tish Fapani, Samantha Smith, and Madison Steed. They can share the title or they can run it off. Hall of Famer and reigning pioneer Tim McQuay tells us a three-way runoff might be historic.
I haven't seen one at the Futurity anyway. I've seen them maybe in other places, but...
Tish's husband, NRHA $5 million rider Andrea Fapani, always runs it off if he ends up in a tie, but this time he was thinking maybe since Tish went last, she might not want to.
He's going to be tired. We'll blame it on Tish that didn't want to run off. It's not Andrea. And then I came up and I saw him getting ready. I'm like...
Andrea told a friend they're going to run it off.
He's like, and you wouldn't? And I'm like, well, I guess not. So... Good luck to everybody.
We'll watch the runoff and talk to the winners just ahead on Horse of the West. Later, we'll meet the newest equine member of the NRHA Hall of Fame. Coverage of the Cinch NRHA Futurity Non-Pro Championship Final is generously sponsored by Cedar Ridge Stallion Station, producing champions from pasture to show pen.
Your Horse Inside and Out with Dr. Joe Carter. Sponsored by Behringer Ingelheim.
Colic is a scary word. It's something that brings fear to all horse owners. It really is just a sign or a symptom of a horse having some discomfort in its abdomen or gut region. And so colic signs range from the mildest of signs would be inappetence, not really wanting to eat, not drinking water very well, to more of the more classic signs, which is pawing, rolling, laying down, these type of things, kicking at their stomach. And so anytime that you have a horse with colic that is a veterinary emergency, you should contact your local veterinarian. Something that you'll frequently see your veterinarian do is pass a stomach tube and use mineral oil to, act as a lubricant and a laxative to loosen things up. And they'll pass a stomach tube into the horse's nose, down into his stomach. He's looking at me right here thinking, what the heck am I doing? And that'll allow the veterinarian to place mineral oil directly into the stomach, or warm water, or some kind of surfactant. They often will use a dose syringe like this to pump those materials in there, directly into the stomach. Also at the horse shows, we frequently see stomach ulcers. So traveling, we'll use Ulcer Guard as a preventative or GastroGuard as a treatment to help settle down, their stomachs. So colic's always something that we're concerned about with our horses, and I'm Dr. Joe Carter with Your Horse Inside Now.
Your Horse Inside and Out is sponsored by Behringer Ingelheim. Before making any decisions about your horse's health, be sure to contact your veterinarian.
We're back with more from Horse of the West at legendary State Fair Park in Oklahoma City. The riders are preparing for what may be a history-making three-way runoff for the Cinch NRHA Futurity Non-Pro Championship. The three riders who marked a 222.5 will ride another complete pattern in the draw order, winner take all. First up will be Samantha Smith of Edmond, Oklahoma on Never Thought I Would. And we bet Samantha never thought she would be in a three-way runoff. Her trainer, Martin Larkham, tuned her horse up a bit and says he felt ready.
He felt really soft and quiet here just now. He's a pretty mature sort of a horse. So there's no point in really doing anything different than what we've been doing. So, we just let him air up and just kind of quietly checked on a couple of things and said, go get him.
Samantha Smith loses a few points here and there and ends up with a 218. It's a strong score, but it leaves the door open for the aptly named Madison Steed, who will try to slide through it on into the night. Madison credits her trainer, Jonathan Baruch, for getting her to this point, and his advice from here, don't make the same mistake twice, meaning they need to clean up that run-in.
So we're just going to pick a little bit of a different ground where we were and hope for the best. Because really, that was, in that standpoint, it was a plus half maneuver to turn into a 0. One judge minus staffed it. So we're hoping if we clean that up and everybody has the same run, we already know we can have a little bit of an edge to begin with.
Madison ends up with some serious penalty points at a score of 187.5, but she leaves with a great memory of taking on some of the greats in the reining industry.
It's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed the journey with him since we bought him at the Legacy sale. He's been wonderful. You know what? I really couldn't ask for anything more.
Tish Fapani and Ice Cube go last. Her horse ended up with about 30 minutes to air back up after his run in the finals, and husband Andrea, knowing the horse probably needed rest as much as anything, just has Tish work on one thing, the run-in.
We had a couple little miscues in the first run down and stop, so that's what we went over there and loped into the gate a couple times, make sure she was on point on that, and just let him catch his air. I think anytime you have a good run to make a run off, if you try to make it better, sometimes you run out of steam or make things worse. So I told her just go do the same thing and see what happens.
Tish enters the show pen knowing this time instead of a 222.5, she just needs to top a 218. So there's a little less pressure. Showing her poise and experience, Tish runs a quiet but correct pattern and still manages to increase her initial score on this talented stallion by a full point, earning a 223.5 from the judges and winning her third Cinch NRHA Non-Pro Futurity Championship. Tish says this win is particularly sweet because her son's motocross racing schedule leaves her so little time to ride.
No, it's just as awesome, and just for as much as goes into it, everybody that makes it possible for us to get this done. And I'm on the road so much with Jeremy, and I don't ride, but I'm just so lucky to have this horse and have the opportunity.
Samantha Smith and Never Thought I Would share the reserve championship title with Madison Steed and Into the Night. Samantha earns the Level 3 championship outright, and Madison wins Level 2. The Level 1 and Youth Championships go to Sam Florida and Hollywood Dirty Secret. Coverage of the Cinch NRHA Futurity Non-Pro Championship Final is brought to you generously by Cedar Ridge Stallion Station, producing champions from the pasture to the show pen. Coming up, we'll meet the newest equine member of the NRHA Hall of Fame. Don't write off.
You're watching Horse of the West on RFD TV, presented by the Oklahoma City Convention and Visitors Bureau.
If you've been waiting for the perfect time to buy Inside Reining Training Secrets DVDs, this is it. While supplies last, order all 9 for just $59.99 with free shipping in the continental U.S. Learn training secrets from Hall of Fame members like Sean Flaherty and Tim McQuay and nearly all of NRHA's $1 million riders. It's the best deal ever and only while supplies last. Buy Inside Reining Training Secrets DVDs at InsideReining.com or call 405-399-3122. Welcome back to Horse of the West. Part of the mission of the Reining Horse Foundation is honoring the trailblazers, leaders, and changemakers in the industry through the NRHA Hall of Fame. Let's meet the 2019 equine inductee, Done It for Checks. The story of Done It for Checks is the tale of hopes dashed, a gut hunch, and a dream fulfilled. This lovely gray daughter of Hall of Fame member Hollywood Dunnett out of silver and blue checks was bred by McQuay Stables in Fold in 1996. She was injured as a 2-year-old and never got the chance to compete. But Hall of Fame member Tim McQuay believes she had promise as a broodmare, and was he right. Done It for Checks is, simply put, one of the most successful broodmares in reining history. She was started at Oldenburg Farm, but Cardinal Hill Training Center in Aubrey, Texas is the mare's current home, where she gets the star treatment she deserves. Chexie was purchased by Cardinal in 2013 in a deal that included the weanling by her side, none other than Done It for Whiskey, earner of $215,000 under Franco Bertolani and the 2016 NRHA Futurity Reserve Championship. The mare seems to cross well on virtually any stallion. She has 21 performing foals sired on 8 different stallions with 19 money earners. At 22, Done It for Checks is close to becoming a $1 million dam, has 8 foals left to be shown, and is still being bred by embryo transfer. Large, beautiful eyes, that long neck, and strong legs are among the traits owner Joao Marcos says he sees stamped consistently on her offspring, like Done It for Whiskey, now a breeding sire at Cardinal Hill. There's also Starbucks Sidekick, earner of nearly $200,000, Hollywood Knights, earner of $72,000, Wranglin' Checks, earner of $70,000, and Masked Gun, earner of nearly $68,000. Done It for Checks is one of the grandest ladies of reining, and proof that performance delayed is not performance denied. Though she never got her shot in the show pen, she's helping Cardinal Hill create a breeding legacy that will have an impact there for decades to come. Congratulations to 2018 NRHA Hall of Fame inductee, Done It for Checks. Watch in the weeks ahead for coverage of the NRHA Invitational Freestyle, the Adequan North American Affiliate Championship, and more. See you then.